If the strong, silent type were an individual, he would be a sigma male. Despite their reserved demeanor, they exude an overwhelming amount of self-assurance and respect. Occasionally, this is so extreme that others want to follow their lead, which is not necessarily in line with the sigma's goals. After all, the desire for the limelight is more of an alpha trait. So, how exactly do they accomplish this? How can one effortlessly bring the masses into line without speaking? Let's examine the 4 most important talents involved. Number 4. Remain modest. A mature and wise sigma recognizes the necessity of being not only a valuable, but also a likable and respected member of the team despite the fact that they choose to exist independently. Sigma males are a key part of any team and are typically responsible for its success, however they routinely deflect credit to other members of the organization. Alphas typically believe that the greatest way to win respect is to take all the credit for themselves. However, manipulating others to appear superior is a surefire way to be perceived as a fraud without integrity. Sigmas enhance the regard for their successes by appearing more modest as a result of learning to share compliments. This is also generally well received by team members who respect and value the sigma's ability to give accolades. Consequently, he develops a strong work ethic and a positive relationship with the sigma, which ultimately serves his long-term interests. This is exemplified by Keanu Reeves, who is always ready to shift the emphasis away from himself and onto less prominent members of his team. For instance, he is frequently lauded for his action sequences, to which he answers by gracefully accepting some credit for his fight scenes, but very quickly moving on to thank and acknowledge his stunt guy. Keanu is not fully downplaying his accomplishments to the point of self-deprecation, but he is confident enough to share the spotlight. Men who have mastered this talent are able to elevate others while maintaining their own respect and dignity. Number 3. The use of non-verbal communication. There are numerous ingenious and elegant ways to achieve this, to the point that others will not notice that few or no words were said. He will employ active listening skills to acknowledge the content of the conversation by nodding or using subtle facial gestures. This will make others feel heard and validated, hence appreciating the sigma's viewpoints. Additionally, hand gestures are frequently utilized for a variety of objectives. They allow the sigma to keep participating, but more crucially, he signals minutes before speaking to suggest that others should cease speaking. This means he does not have to compete for attention in a crowded room. Instead, everyone falls silent and makes room to listen to his every word. The sigma will keep tactful hand motions and eye contact while speaking to express confidence and retain audience interest. This also assures that everyone is aware that he is still speaking and will refrain from interrupting him. All of this is accomplished despite his low and subdued speaking voice, since his nonverbal communication allows him to be boisterous, enthusiastic, and commanding without really raising his voice. This gets us to the next competency. Number 2. Unwavering composure. Sigmas have a rich internal world that enables them to perceive and internalize their environment prior to making an intelligent response or reaction. In the face of adversity, chaotic personalities, or even intimidation, sigmas typically maintain their composure and stay cool, calm, and collected. In accordance with their archetype, they remain on their own level and do not feel the need to respond to violence or pressure from outside sources. Sigma males will never take the bait, regardless of how much others try to provoke them, because giving them a reaction gives them power over you, whilst remaining non-reactive allows them to maintain control. Regardless of the situation, the male sigma appears at ease and at home, utterly sure in his level-headed ability to handle the situation. He is not attempting to be stoic, he is simply calm. This attitude stems from Sigma's invincible belief system, which enables him to act in accordance with his own ideals and maintain consistency. This constancy also cultivates respect since Sigmas stand their ground, giving their decisions a feeling of finality, which emits a quiet confidence in contrast to a person who attempts to take authority for the sake of their ego. Sigmas naturally possess an extremely rare trait, which is the capacity to exude genuine interior confidence as opposed to feigning it, and this is evident. Even if the sigma behaves responsibly, these characteristics might cause others to feel resentment. For more information, see our article titled Why People Hate Sigma Males. Number 1. Observe and comprehend. As calm individuals, sigma males have ample time to investigate their surroundings, including the people in it, and notice the minute nuances that others overlook. This is advantageous in terms of social dynamics, and sigmas must integrate to achieve their goals or fulfill their life functions. As a result of taking a step back, he is able to read the room, the tone of the conversation, the mood of those around him, and how to enchant them. This implies that when he does speak, he is pleasant and delivers well-considered, high-value viewpoints. In other words, he prioritizes quality over quantity. The Sigma's observational abilities enable him to have an abundance of charm at his disposal, which he can easily incorporate when playing the long game. The emotional and impulsive center of the brain, the amygdala, is responsible for instantaneous reactions, according to scientific evidence. If you offer your first thought, you are more likely to have a low-quality contribution and make inappropriate remarks. By pausing, the Sigma male lets that signal in his brain to pass so that his frontal lobe may take center stage. The frontal lobe is responsible for higher-level thinking, enabling a more insightful answer. This has further advantages. After all, a sage once remarked that when you speak, you are only repeating what you already know. But when you listen, you have the opportunity to gain new knowledge. This in-depth examination of the four main abilities involved in quietly commanding respect has taught us that the less you speak, the more people listen when you do. Because he embodies his convictions and exhibits them unreservedly, others tend to value the Sigma male's input and calm authority. And, let's face it, Sigma males are quite enigmatic, so their attraction undoubtedly makes people wonder what's on his mind. They're intrigued. The Sigma male is typically the quietest person in the room, yet whereas betas tend to fade into the background, Sigmas remain valuable, active, and central to any discussion.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.